It's time!
Real-world assets, or RWAs, this sector of crypto is really starting to heat up, and it's only going to get hotter as the giants of Web 2 start transitioning over to the world of Web 3. And what if I told you soon Web 2 giants like Amazon are going to be jumping into crypto, specifically the RWA sector? Many of you wouldn't believe it, but after this video, you just might believe, because it's time for Chico Crypto. Real world assets are heating up? What do you mean, Chico? How do you know? Well, the proof is in the data pudding. Checking out DeFi Llama, we can see the RWA sector in crypto has grown to the number 10 sector based on TVL, with over $718 million locked up in the different RWA protocols that DeFi Llama tracks. To see the full picture of the growth of this sector, we have to go back in time to a snapshot of DeFi Llama taken by the Wayback Machine in late January of this year. As we can see, the RWA sector wasn't even in the top sectors of crypto back then. It was ranked number 22 with only just over 100 million in TVL. So in just over 5 months, this sector has jumped into the top 10, and the TVL of RWAs has surged by 700% to over 700 million in TVL. Although this sector might just be actually over 1 billion in TVL, because if we jump over to rwa.xyz and their section on tokenized government treasuries, we can see that in tokenized treasuries sector, which includes tokenized US treasuries, bonds, and cash equivalents, this alone has over 621 million locked up. And the growth in tokenized US treasuries has followed a similar path, growing from around 100 million in January to over 621 million today. So the data obviously shows that RWAs are heating up and heating up quick. Now, what about Amazon? How is Amazon getting into the RWA sector of cryptocurrency? Well, back in January of this year, Blockworks dropped this news: Amazon NFT initiative coming soon. And the article states, Amazon is launching a digital asset enterprise, according to 4 sources familiar with the matter. Amazon has been shopping the digital collectibles effort to no shortage of power players in the industry, per multiple sources. Said to be among those entities are Layer 1 blockchains, blockchain-based gaming startups, developers, and digital asset exchanges. There's a focus on blockchain-based gaming and related NFT applications, 2 sources said. Now, in April of 2022, the CEO of Amazon, Andy Jassy, spoke on CNBC's Squawk Box, and his answer to this question makes me think Amazon's NFT plans are coming and coming soon.
Could you see yourself selling NFTs?
Yeah, I think it's possible down the road.
Over 1 year ago, the CEO said it's possible down the road, like Amazon had it on their roadmap, they were going to dive into NFTs. NFTs, Tyler, those aren't real-world assets. Well, Blockworks, who broke the Amazon NFT news in January of this year, expanded on this with a March article titled Amazon NFTs will be tied to real-world assets. Token possible. And the article says, Amazon is laying the groundwork to give its customers the ability to purchase NFTs tied to real-world assets that are delivered to their doorstep, according to 3 sources familiar with the matter. The move is a significant upgrade from the e-commerce giant's earlier steps in developing its NFT platform, a move previously reported by Blockworks. And the company is planning to notify every Amazon Prime customer, at least in the US, of its digital collectibles initiative once it goes live, an additional 2 sources said. Amazon shoppers, for instance, would be able to purchase a fashion-oriented NFT tied to a pair of jeans and pay with a credit card, sources said, just as they would with any other Amazon purchase. NFTs tied to physical items, aka real-world assets. It sounds like Amazon is up to something big. So who could be involved with Amazon on this coming venture? Well, the Blockworks article continues. The back-end blockchain technology isn't clear, and the company appears to have considered a number of different options for integration since it began working on the ambitious initiative. Well, I'm going to try and make this clear. Of course, I don't know if this is 100% correct, but from my research, I think I'm on the correct path to cracking this Amazon NFT and RWA case. Around the same time when Blockworks released the January article on Amazon's NFT plans, Amazon's Web Services, AWS, inked a partnership with a Layer 1 blockchain, Avalanche. As we can see, the news came out January 11th, and together they were bringing scalable blockchain solutions to enterprises and governments. And founder of Avalanche, Imim Gunsier, said this about the partnership when the news was released. This is a big deal. It's not your grandfather's AWS partnership announcement. Let me explain in plain English. In the past, other chains have paid AWS to host some nodes and has pitched this as AWS partners with some chain. In reality, some chain was paying AWS. They were a client of AWS. There was no meaningful partnership. This announcement is the exact opposite. AWS recognizes how blockchains are evolving, with subnets serving as app chains, and wants to be one of the hosting providers for the many subnets that people are about to launch. To this end, they will be contributing substantial amounts of AWS credits to projects looking to deploy subnets on Avalanche. This is an actual partnership between AWS and Avalanche. Something bigger is going on here, which is confirmed from the AWS article on the partnership, where they dive deep into what's going on between the two. So it's just Avalanche, Tyler. Amazon is working with Avalanche on this NFT venture? Well, yes, I'm pretty sure Amazon will be launching a private blockchain for their NFT venture as a private subnet on AVA. But there are more projects involved with this. Why do I think this? Well, if we go back to the Avalanche Medium post on the AWS partnership, we can see something very telling. The article says, finally, AVA Labs and AWS are collaborating on events for entrepreneurs and developers, such as the Avalanche Summit. AWS and Avalanche were partnering on the Avalanche Summit for 2023. Who was the NFT standout star of Avalanche's summits, including 2022? Well, Art on Avalanche's Twitter tweeted this before their summit, which happened in May. They said, last year Lost World's NFT was a smash hit, and it'll be even bigger this year. Make sure you're set to go with lostworlds.io before you get here tomorrow. And from the Lost World tweet below and video, we can see they are all about Geo NFTs and experience NFTs in the real world. So what, Tyler? How do Geo NFTs and this random project, Lost Worlds, tie into Amazon? Well, this here is just pure speculation from me, but if we go to this explanation article on Geo NFTs, we can see they are all about bringing the physical world and the metaverse together. And this article specifically mentions Lost Worlds as a leader in this blossoming space. Amazon is rumored to be bridging the physical and the digital world together with their NFT venture. Then, if we go to Lost World's documentation and their roadmap, we can see in the partnership and events section, they have the States NFT launch. Like United States? Well, going back to the second Blockworks article posted in March, we can see it says, the move is a significant upgrade from the e-commerce giant's earlier steps in developing its NFT platform. A move previously reported by Blockworks. And the company is planning to notify every Amazon Prime customer, at least in the US, of its digital collectibles initiative once it goes live. is all I gotta say. But if we go back to their roadmap, we can see after this is their B2B white label solution, and after that a Web 2 partnership. Could it be Amazon? Well, here's what makes me think that it's possible, that it could be the case that something is brewing between Amazon, Avalanche, Lost Worlds, and more crypto projects. If you go to the Lost Worlds Twitter account and we scroll down to July 1st, they retweeted an M-Space. M-Space said, take a look at Lost Worlds NFT. Soon we will see the biggest announcement in the history of Web3, Amazon NFT digital marketplace. At Pudgy Penguins, at Dokio World, 2 of the NFT collections M-Space theorizes involved with Amazon's NFT play. Then just last week, they retweeted one of his tweets saying, whoever this is paying attention, maybe too much attention. Interesting to say the least. And remember, this is just a theory of mine based on what's transpired. The Amazon NFT rumors, Avalanche partnership, and finally Lost Worlds being an NFT tech all-star in the Avalanche ecosystem. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.
The most trustless name in news.